common cold or flu, almost everyone suffers so many times in a year. Everyone has about 2 to 2.5 episodes per year all over the world. So it is that common an illness. Out of that, about 4 to 5% people tend to have such an ailment which causes them to suffer again and again. We call that entrenched illness. That is sinusitis. Now, just to come to the basic of sinusitis, we have sinuses under these, that is hollow bones, hollow areas. Otherwise, the head would be too heavy. Like a cow's head, our neck would be very thick. So, just to lighten it, nature has given us hollow bones under the sinuses. Now, these sinuses are not infected per se, they have a good lining which keeps clearing, like our lungs, like our rest of our systems. But when we have infection, like flu, which is an essentially viral infection, or sometimes bacterial infection, this infection gets lodged into the sinuses. So, these sinuses, the lining gets inflamed. That inflammation presents as copious discharges, which we all know. It causes running nose. It also causes blocked nose because the swellings get thickened, because the linings get thickened. All this leads to discomfort on the part of the patient. There is headache, there is heaviness of the head, and this can linger on. Generally, with the proper treatment, the episode clears up, and in about 3 to 5 days, we are much better. In about 7 days, they say the cold is gone. Now, people who have got some inherent problem inside the nose, like a midline bone septum which is slightly deviated, this keeps on causing excess secretion formation. There could be similar other changes in the anatomy of the sinuses, so thereby secretions tend to collect there. So they have a more chronic ailment which doesn't go away that easily. That is what we call chronic sinusitis or chronic rhinosinusitis. Inflammation of the nose and sinuses accompanying it. Whenever we enter the nose, or as I told you about the important structures in the nasal cavity, there is always a chance of injury to surrounding structures. Just to avoid that, we have got now alternative available. One company, Acclarent, has come out with a balloon sinus sinuplasty, whereby we introduce, instead of the metal or cold metal instruments, we are able to introduce something like a catheter. Like we have heard about the heart arteries being opened by catheters. In the ureter, we introduce the catheters. Over here also, we can introduce the catheter and open up the blocked channel. After that, we are able to wash up the secretions and the muck comes out and sinus becomes better. That is the basic principle. The advantage where it scores over the regular surgery is that we are avoiding surgery, we are avoiding cutting, we are avoiding injury to the delicate mucosa inside as well as the structures surrounding the sinuses and nose. This scores over the regular surgery in that we have avoided mucosal injury. All we do is put in a balloon which expands in a very regulated manner. So the bones in the surrounding area expand, but the continuous lining remains the same. So thereby we don't injure the mucosa. Delicate skin inside is called mucosa. Since we don't injure the mucosa, there are no resultant scar formations. Therefore, the body's own processes become better and person is able to get relief from his symptoms. As we were talking about balloon sinuplasty, as the name itself suggests, it is not even a surgery. It is more of a plasty, changing the shape of the thing. So thereby we are actually avoiding lot of cutting and churning, which is the norm in the regular surgery. It is a new concept in India. It was introduced not even 2 years back, and only very few practitioners are actually doing it in India. Nova is always at the latest cutting edge technology in everything, not only in ENT but other specialities. So we are able to take up all these new techniques and develop them and hone them further. In this regard, the balloon sinuplasty scores over the regular surgery in that patient can go home the same day, but patient need not have the cumbersome packs inside the nose. The patient nose can be very loosely packed and those can be removed in few hours time only. Since we have not done major cutting, so we are not required to stop the bleeding inside. Second is that patient is up and about within 3 to 4 hours. Patient need not be admitted for long durations and need not be confined to its home rest for long. Patient can resume work in a day or two. And the symptoms generally are gone the same day. We have done about 10 cases in the past, in the last 3 months, and results are very gratifying. On none of them has come out with a failure. One or two patients required prolonged management with the medicines after for some time, which is about 3 to 6 weeks, and that's about all. So we are very hopeful that this is going to be the surgery for sinuses in the long run, and more people will be affording it as well as getting it done. We have not encountered any complications per se, and none have been reported in the world literature as far as balloon sinuplasty is concerned.